Going back to sort of the ways of communicating, one of the thoughts would be if you're busy on Facebook Messenger or whatever, and the perpetrator walks in, what are the...
On our website, you can do it so that you can shut it straight down, and then they can't track it. So it's like on all of the domestic abuse websites, you've got the national one, which is the National Domestic Abuse helpline, it's called, but there's a website for that, and you can go on there. There's lots of really good tools that you can look at, even from a practitioner perspective. They've got great kits on there, how to, support people, what you can do in your local areas, but also all the different resources that can be given to that victim survivor to make them feel a bit more confident in what they're saying and their reality. Because a lot of the time they're being told that no one will believe them. They're being told that, it's to do with them, they're mental, they're crazy. So gets told a lot.
That's so is that a problem that people worry that they're not going to be believed?
Yeah, because gaslighting is a big part of domestic abuse. It's the making the victim survivors think they're going crazy, and they'll do stuff like move their belongings, change things in their phone, delete stuff off the laptop, just things that you wouldn't think that people would do, but they want them to believe that they're actually going crazy. So their perception of reality isn't actually what reality is, and no one's going to believe them.
Right.
So if they're going around to their friends and family saying, they're really struggling with their mental health at the moment, they're seeing and hearing things that aren't happening, if that victim survivor ever does discloses what's going on, are they going to be believed? And have they made, is the perpetrator, well, they're not going to believe you anyway, because I've gone around and said that you're struggling at the moment.
So that clinical scenario can be very, very important, because we might end up being the first person that's spotted, listened and believed. And
documented, because you've got it documented there as well, and that is really important. I think a good piece of advice I would say is if you do ever you're spoken to about domestic abuse and they're not willing to go forward or call the police, or they don't want any support, it's just to get them to document incidents that are happening. So the date, the time, a bit about that incident. So then if they ever do decide that they're ready to go forward and prosecute the perpetrator, they've got the evidence there with the times, the dates and what's happening.
Yes, because that's a very valuable, because I imagine part of the whole gaslighting, they said, didn't happen. You go, well, actually, I tell my Cairo that on a number of occasions, and if we've kept up good documentation, as you say, we've got all that evidence.